Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, indoor cycling fans, for today's virtual Tour de France stage. RF will be riding the RGV course, or as the French say, La Route Grande Vitesse. It's a 49.5 kilometer race, and we are now watching RF warming up before the race, adjusting his Spotify playlist, and off we go. It's the first time in 3 months that he's back on Zwift. RF suffered from serious back problems. Also got pretty sick in the meantime. He only rode 4 Cat.C races before this one, and now decided to move up to Cat.C once again. So we'll have to wait and see what will happen for him in this race. Quite curious to see if he can maintain today's tempo. But also if his condition is good enough for this almost 50 kilometers. Small jump into the race, 2.3 kilometers. And as you can see, the first group is being formed. 30 riders are trying to break away. And the good thing is that RF is part of this group. Now on the cobblestones. It's not the first time that RF has to come back from an injury. He's suffering from health problems lately. But okay, never giving up. And another jump into this race, 5.2 kilometers. And as you can see, 3 riders are trying to break away. We have Tara from Colombia, OD from USA, and Pavic riding in his own country. So Pavic from France. The group is already riddled in. So the breakaway is over. Don't pay attention to the riders in front of this group, because those riders are Cat.C riders, so they're not part of this race. The group you're watching now is still the first group, and even after 10 kilometers the group is still together. RF in 23rd position. But okay, still in the first group. Maybe that was even unexpected. He still looks quite okay. Pace not too high, as you can see. Almost 200 watts. That's quite normal for a race of this distance. On the right, the typical French sunflowers. Typical French countryside. It's great to see that the guys at Zwift made these extra stages. As you can see, RF shaking his arms. Most likely in a bit of pain. Countryside we go straight into this small village. Now out of the saddle, trying to get in front of this group. Going for the intermediate sprint, as you can see on your left. Second position, 28.37 seconds. That was good enough for a second spot. Now using his drafting boost, because some of the riders are still pushing on. Riders now in front of the group. In a small gap. Now has to close this gap, otherwise he's in trouble. Pushing 250 watts. Joining this group once again, but still two riders in the front. They're being followed by this big bunch, so most likely they will be wheeled in as well. And they are, and now we're at the aqueduct, the first climb of the day, more or less up to 5%. So not that steep, but a good spot for an attack. RF tries to move up to the front. He's now in a 15th position. Once again, a small gap is being created. Now out of the saddle once again, but as you can see, this still hurts. Using his ghost power up to create that attack. And the group in front is riding away, it seems. Maybe this can help. A few riders now in front of RF. He has to stay close to these guys. Maybe if they work together, they can catch up. Ingwell from the UK, speeding things up, using his aero helmet, which makes him faster for a short amount of time. Also a rider with the yellow Tron bike there in front. Seems to fall behind in the first group. The gap is more or less still the same. Now what's up from the Netherlands, trying to close the gap. And I think this time it's gonna work. What's up now? Sprinting even. Rejoins the group almost. Ref now pushing up to 300 watts for a short amount of time. Kendall from Wales now with a sprint. Almost back together with the first group. So okay, mission accomplished. Took a lot of effort, as you can see. Ref needs a drink. And after 22.8 kilometers, there's the second small climb of the day. Hopefully can still stay with this group. Now one rider in front. If I'm correct, it's Beman from the UK. RF really pushing, trying to get in front of this group. As you can see at the end of the first lap, the group is still together. A few riders fell behind, but more or less 25 riders still in the front. And a bit surprisingly, RF is still one of them. He's now in a 20th position. Has to close the gap. Still 18 kilometers left to go. He's still looking quite okay, so moving up. He's now in first position even. Is he going to attack? A few riders with 1 second behind. No. He's easing off on the pedals. Doesn't make any sense for him now to attack. Now 36 kilometers into this race. Sprint cobble section. RF out of the saddle once again. A grin on his face. Really pushing hard. Can he claim the first spot on the intermediate sprint? Yes, he can. 28.37. Jump into the race. We're at the aqueduct for the second time. Remember that RF had had some difficulties in this part of the race. He fell behind straight after this climb. Hopefully he doesn't get dropped on this section. 2 riders in front. Still in a good position, but looking tired. We're falling a bit behind. Using his burrito there, so the people behind him cannot make use of the draft. And once again, RF fell behind on this section. Now a bit isolated. First of all, he has to close the gap on the group in front of them, the second group, 4 riders. But it seems like it's gonna work. Good job once again. And still, after almost 40 kilometers, RF is still in front. Already his race is more as we could have hoped for. Seven kilometers left to go. Another sprint. But RF's not sprinting on this one. Just tries to remain in this group. The last jump of today's race. Only 2 kilometers left to go. Last climb of the day. Ref realizes he has to keep up. He's doing everything he can. Will it work? We'll have to wait and see. Dropping off maybe. There's a few riders are on the attack in front of this group. Falling behind a bit with a few riders. Some smaller groups now. Some riders totally isolated. Another short climb. Only 2-3%. But still, it's more than enough to cause some damage. And one of the victims is RF, falling behind. Especially on this uphill parts. It's still difficult for him. And as you can see, he's shaking his head. He's not going to push it all the way today. As I said, he's still on recovery, so it doesn't make sense to go all the way. He's now together with Chow. As you can see there, the ranking wasn't totally correct. These guys are racing for 14th and 13th position. And not 15 and 14. So that's the question of the day. Can he win this sprint? And can he end in 13th position? Only 400 meters left to go. Is Chow going for the attack, or will it be RF? 250 meters left. Chow's not doing much. I think it's about time. 120 meters. And now RF's out of the saddle, really pushing hard. Up to 800 watts even, but it's more than enough. Soriano even before Chow. So actually a first proper race. Still in recovery, but good job. 13th position out of 55 riders. Thanks guys, hope to see you next time. Ride on.